Hey guys, how's it going? I just want to do a little video on my graphics card I just bought for my budget gaming build. The graphics card isn't so much a budget graphics card. I kind of splurged a little bit on this. It almost costs as much as I paid for the computer itself. I paid $429 for the computer shipped to my door, and I paid $407 just for the graphics card. But for me, it's worth it. It'll help with video editing. It'll also greatly improve my gaming and stuff like that. So I'll actually put a little video in also of just the gaming performance of the graphics card right after I upload this one. It's the GeForce GTX 970 4GB graphics card, and it's for the price, it's about the best one you can get. It's the next step up is about $600, so it's pretty decent. And then they also give you a little, some people might not care, but they also give you a little metal case badge for your computer case. Looks pretty cool, so I went ahead and put it on mine, along with the Xeon inside little metal case badge that I have for my Intel Xeon processors. Alright, and then if you guys didn't notice, I just want to let you know I'm doing a voiceover because I had both of my air conditioners running and they're right next to me, because it was about 98 degrees outside, and in the trailer, as soon as I turned them off, like literally 15 seconds later, it started to get really hot in there. Even with the air on, it was like 80 in there, so I just had to leave them go, and I just cut out the audio, or because you could hear it blowing in the background the whole time. I might put a little clip in there so you could hear how loud it is, but I'm doing a voiceover over the whole video just because of that. Alright, and then right here I'm showing off that case badge that I just showed you. I just went in and slapped it on there. I think it looks pretty cool. It's not too gaudy. But the one thing I like about this this Z800 versus a normal PC for everyday use of editing videos and things like that is just the ease of getting into it. If you're a person that never gets into your computer, it's not a big deal. But it's so easy to get in and change stuff out and everything else. It just pulls right apart with those little tabs, and it's sweet. So those two fans you see up top are what covers the RAM. I'm about to take those out, and then the two little metal things underneath that was the processor, the heat sinks for the processors. And what I'm doing is I'm actually switching the RAM out because I bought extra RAM so that I had 24 gigabytes instead of 12. But it ended up not matching the RAM that I had in the PC. The RAM that I bought was registered RAM because that's what I thought it had in it, but it had unregistered RAM. So I ended up just switching it out to the new RAM I bought, and I still have only 12 gigabytes, but I ordered another 12 gigabytes of the registered RAM, which is better than unregistered. And it's a little quicker too, the stuff that I bought. So I guess it's a little less latency. I was looking them up, and this is the fan module for the thing I just showed you was the fan module for the RAM, and it just plugs right into the motherboard and snaps in place, and it blows air on the RAM to keep it cool. So and here in a second, I'm just gonna put the normal sound in there so you can hear how loud the air is, and that way you can hear why I'm doing a voiceover. But that's the RAM that I'm putting in. It's Hynix 2 gigabyte each stick, and once I get the new stuff, which is exactly the same as that, I'll have 24 gigabytes. So. Here you can see how loud it is. I figure I'd just go ahead and do a voiceover with it, with how loud it is also, so you can hear it. to just go ahead and cut past this part because this takes me a few minutes to get all the RAM in, and it's basically just pushing, you line the RAM up the right way, and if anybody wants to know how to do it the proper way, I can point you in the right direction, but you just line it up right and push it down in, and the little things on the sides that hold it in snap down in place. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip past this part. Alright, and then right here I just wanted to put a couple pictures in of the top and the bottom of the computer with the RAM and everything. And in this next part, I just sped it up. This is just me removing the old graphics card. It took me forever because I actually forgot to disconnect the cables on the back of the graphics card first before I started taking it out. So I unclipped it, started to pull it out, and then realized and I had to reach back there and undo all the cables and everything else. So I just sped it up, and that way it wouldn't take forever. And then right here I'm putting in the new graphics card, and I did a little speed up here in a second just because my big fat head was in the way. And then back to normal. Just clipping it into place, and then hooking up the two 6-pin PCI power connectors and finding a place to stick those. And I ended up zip tying them on there and out of the way and everything else because they were kind of sticking out in the open, and one of them was sitting right on the processor heatsink. So alright, now I have it in, and this part I already have it zip tied up and everything else. I'm just getting ready to kind of pan the camera around a little bit just to show you the inside of the case with the graphics card in there. I was trying to do it really steady like, but it didn't work out too well. Alright, in this next part I got it all pretty much finished. I just stood the computer up just to kind of look around in the inside there and show you guys. And then right after this I'm going to get the computer started up and show you how everything's set up. Alright, this is with the computer set up, and right now I was just getting ready to install the drivers. I should have downloaded the drivers first and installed them. That way once I hooked up the card everything would have been done, but you know, whenever you don't have video drivers for your card, it makes it like a super low resolution, and all your windows and icons are freaking huge. So alright, and this is with everything done. I got the video driver installed and got everything resized how it should be. So now I'm just kind of going through and showing you the the front of the computer here. That's the two badges that I put on there, the GTX 970 badge and the Xeon Inside badge. And then I'm going to pan to the left and show you the complete setup here, the dual screen setup, and those little widgets that are on my screen there show all the cores and how much usage they're using and how hot they are. And then there's the one on the top left shows my hard drive usage for all four of the hard drives, and then the one on the bottom left is the GPU usage for the graphics card. So and that microphone there on the left, that's my Blue Snowball Ice. I'm actually not using that one anymore because it picks up way too much background noise. The next part of the video will show you the new setup I got right now that I'm using. So alright, so this is a completed setup here. Just showing off everything pretty much completed. I got the HP Z800, that cost me about $420. And then the graphics card was the GTX 970, GeForce GTX 970 by Nvidia, and that was about $407. And that's I mean, that seems expensive, but for how well it edits its video and plays games and everything else, I mean, it's a kick-ass setup. You know, those two together with the dual Xeon quad-core processors. Right now, it only has 12 gigabytes of RAM, but it will have 24 gigabytes as soon as my RAM comes in the mail. You know, and it'll be screaming for editing videos. So, and I got my little hard drive dock that I got for real cheap, so I can copy hard drives or just hook up a hard drive, put it in there, and get things off of it or edit it, whatever. And then I bought a little USB 3.0 dock and SD card reader for the cameras and hooking up phone and stuff to it. Little 3.5 millimeter headphone jack extender. That way, if I need to put the microphone off to the side on its own stand or something like that, I can. So, and then this is my new microphone setup. It's on a boom that bolts right to the edge of the desk, and it's way better. That's the one I'm using right now. It's way better at noise canceling and everything else, and I can move it in and out in front of my face, and I just put it right next to my face, and I can talk in it while I still see the screens. At least most of I can see the big screen on the right, and then a little, like half of the one on the left when it's right where it is right now. And, you know, it's so much better for noise canceling, and I got my air conditioner on right now, and you can't even hear it. You know, it just works great. It was about $80 altogether for the whole setup. If anybody wants a link to those parts or anything like that, let me know. I can do that. And it's got an amplifier down there on the left if you saw it with the blue light, and the boom, the microphone, and the pop filter. And it's just so much better. You know, I can move it in and out of the way real quick, and it only takes up a little space on the edge of my desk, so it's pretty awesome. You know, if anybody wants any information, needs help finding, you know, a more powerful PC for cheap for video editing or anything like that, you want to get a decent mic set up for real cheap for doing voiceovers, let me know. Alright guys, well, if you liked the video, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you all later.